Hi, everyone. It's Adriana Monique Alvarez, and I'm super excited to be hearing from some of the contributors of our latest book, Uncensored, Untamed, Unleashed. And Charli is one of these contributors. Hi, Charli. How are you?
Hello, Adriana. I'm very well this morning. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Yeah. So tell us where you're joining from.
So I'm here on the Sunshine Coast in Australia, so on the eastern coast. So at the beach, it is hot, sunny, surfy.
Nice.
Yeah, having a lovely time up here. Yeah.
And I'm over here in Colorado where we're like praying for snow. I'm wearing like my snowflake sweater. You know, we're all just trying to channel snow.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so tell us a little bit about, give us a little bit of your background. Tell us about the work that you do. You know, what inspired it? Give us a little bit of that.
Yeah. So currently I am the founder and CEO of Ostrich 180 Publishing. So that's fairly recent this year. 2021 has been such an amazing year of growth and expansion. And so who would have known I would be in this position? Probably the divine. Probably if I look back over my career in life, it was staring me in the face. So I didn't see it until this year, the journey. So who I work with, you know, I was thinking, the thought that came to me today was, I work with thought leaders, change makers, you know, risk takers. But then I thought, well, yes, I do, but I also work with those who want to be thought leaders, who are on that journey to become thought leaders. Not like, yes, you're already there. It's those that I can help elevate to get there. So I've got a background in branding and branding strategy and visual design, and I also kind of lived two lives at the same time for many years, being an educator. So I've been an educator in lots of different roles across the whole spectrum of 5-year-olds, 4-year-olds, right to adults, first year university levels. So, and with various roles of being the early childhood teacher to educating and facilitating teachers teaching and curriculum and teaching learning with digital technology. So, and I think one of the things that has always been with me within education and with everything I do, which is purpose. And I always say to my clients, your purpose stays the same. It's how you're executing whatever way you want to do that. So I've always felt, you know, my role has been to expose or elevate my students or my clients to kind of remove those layers, like we say, to get into the core of who you are and express totally who you are. And I think where that has come from is, you know, the childhood experiences that you've had and your thoughts and limiting beliefs, and the belief that, you know, I was always put in this box constantly throughout my life. I'm in this box. Stay there, Charli. Stop showing up your head. Oh, get back down. That you know, that lid would slam back. And so I think I've had this struggle. Well, it's a struggle. It's a challenge, you know, to get out of that box and be who you are. And so I think the journey as a child, I was thinking about this the other day, that I used to be labeled shy. Oh, you know, Charli's shy. Look at her. You know, she's hiding behind mummy's leg. And when you really think about that, like, I really don't like that word at all, because, you know, why is this person or child behaving the way that she is doing? What is happening for her to show those types of behaviors? And when I think about it, you know, I was highly sensitive, very empathetic, very intuitive. So I probably was spending a lot of my time observing the different behaviors of me and being squashed at the same time and no voice. So yeah, I was pretty quiet. And when I did try to release, you know, it was like, now. So I think I think now as an adult, trying to remove all those layers, I went through, I suppose, the other words that I can think as an adult in my career has been, so I wasn't labelled then as shy. I was labelled as, oh, you're a little bit of a rebel, Charli. You like to stir the pot. You like to do. And it wasn't that. It wasn't that I wanted to upset, the apple cart as such. It really was about questioning. Like, I'm curious. I question all the time. And it's not because I want to disrupt the status quo. It's purely because of our conditioning thoughts all the time that people do not look beyond. So I question things. So I'm not a rebel, maybe, but I'm not really. I'm a sweet little sensitive thing, So it's not. But,
I love that. And when you decided to say yes to this book, what was the reason behind it? You were one of the first handful that said yes. So what was calling you?
I think when I saw those words, uncensored, untamed, unleashed, I felt like I was censored my whole life. I was tamed my whole life, and I was, tied up, constricted, restricted. And I felt like that, I'm no longer, I'm on the journey of not being so, tied and restricted and faking it till you make it, all that kind of garbage that we hear that you think that's what you need to do. So, so when I saw those words, I went, oh, boy, I'm so grateful that I'm in this place where I am right now, to say I no longer feel tamed and controlled and restricted as what I have been in my life. I wanted to share something, I wanted to share, when I saw that, I went, oh, what do I want to say, in this chapter? What is the message that I want to share with people? And there's so much you can share, but within one chapter, and what I felt like the most important thing for me in my journey was about love. What is love? And self-love. So that was something that I was really challenging. I didn't quite understand that or heard that until I was in my adult. As a child, it was seen, back in the 70s, 80s, not to love yourself. If you ever said that, it was looked, frowned upon. If you ever thought about loving yourself, goodness gracious me. And so that was a lot I needed to shift as an adult. And even over, the last 5 years, to really keep diving deeper into that concept. What does it mean to love yourself? It took me a long, long time, and I'm still on that journey. It took me a long time to really understand, what do people mean when they say love yourself? Self-care, I don't know. And so for me, I wanted to write just to inspire people and to stir them a little bit about the idea of about self-love. And what does that look like? What does that feel like for you?
Such a big one. Oh, Charli, I cannot wait for this story to be released on 12/12. It's coming up soon. Where can people learn more about your work and what you do?
So I have a website, Ostrich 180. And so I've got publishing. I work with authors, solo books or multi-author books. Sometimes I release. I've got a couple going on releasing at the moment, or announcing my multi-author books. So one's targeting education, those innovative expert educators. So I want them to share their story and their practices into the next generation of leaders. And then I have another book titled She Struts Unapologetically. So no more apologies. like I'm over apologizing for who I am and how I think and how I behave. So I love to hear from women out there, their stories and how they've released that and no longer unapologetic. And so within those programs, my branding background and marketing, I can pump that in as well. So if authors want to dive deeper into looking at their personal brand, their messaging, who they are, and their personality, I offer programs there as well.
Sweet.
Okay.
Well, thank you for saying yes to sharing your story and for sharing about a topic that is so key, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Without that, where do we go? How do we love anyone else, right?
Yeah. It's the first relationship that you need to really look at. That's what I believe.
So true.
Yeah.
Absolutely. We encourage you all to follow the launch, to purchase the book on December 12th. And if you would like to share your story in our next book, you can check out the website for more details. Until then, Charli, enjoy the sunshine. Go soak it up for me.
Shall do. Thank you.
All right.